In a quaint Japanese village nestled among rolling hills and lush forests, cherry blossoms painted the landscape in delicate hues of pink and white. The air was filled with the sweet scent of spring, and gentle breezes carried petals through the winding streets. Rinchi, a young samurai with short brown hair and piercing brown eyes, stood at the village entrance, his hand resting on the hilt of his gleaming katana. His muscular frame was adorned in traditional samurai armor, the metal plates catching the sunlight as he surveyed the peaceful scene before him. As Rinchi strode through the village, his eyes were drawn to a figure in the distance. There, kneeling by a babbling brook, was Rika, a young village girl with flowing brown hair that cascaded down her back like a waterfall. Her bright blue eyes sparkled as she carefully arranged flowers in a basket, her delicate hands moving with practiced grace. She wore a beautifully patterned kimono, its vibrant colors a stark contrast to the muted tones of the village around her. Rinchi found himself captivated by her presence, his heart skipping a beat as he watched her work. Unaware of the samurai's gaze, Rika hummed softly to herself, lost in the task at hand. Suddenly, a gust of wind swept through the area, sending her carefully arranged flowers scattering across the ground. "Oh no," she exclaimed, her voice tinged with disappointment. Without hesitation, Rinchi rushed forward to help, his armor clanking softly as he moved. "Allow me to assist you," he said, his deep voice startling Rika. She looked up, her blue eyes widening as she took in the sight of the handsome samurai before her. "Thank you, kind sir," Rika replied, a faint blush coloring her cheeks as she accepted Rinchi's help. Together, they gathered the fallen blossoms, their hands occasionally brushing against each other, sending sparks of electricity through both of them. As they worked, they began to chat, their conversation flowing as naturally as the stream beside them. Rinchi found himself enchanted by Rika's quick wit and infectious laughter, while Rika was drawn to the samurai's gentle nature that belied his warrior's appearance. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in brilliant oranges and pinks, Rinchi and Rika realized they had spent the entire afternoon in each other's company. "I must take my leave," Rinchi said reluctantly, his brown eyes filled with warmth as he gazed at Rika. "But perhaps I could see you again tomorrow." Rika's heart fluttered at his words, and she nodded eagerly. "I would like that very much," she replied, her blue eyes twinkling with joy. As Rinchi turned to leave, he stumbled over a rock, nearly losing his balance. Rika couldn't help but giggle at the sight of the usually graceful samurai momentarily flustered. Over the next few weeks, Rinchi and Rika's relationship blossomed like the cherry trees that surrounded the village. They spent their days exploring hidden corners of the village, sharing stories, and learning about each other's worlds. Rinchi taught Rika the art of calligraphy, his strong hands guiding hers as she traced intricate characters on delicate rice paper. In return, Rika showed Rinchi the beauty of flower arranging, laughing good-naturedly at his clumsy attempts to create the perfect bouquet. Their time together was filled with tender moments and playful banter, each day bringing them closer together. As spring gave way to summer, Rinchi and Rika's love had grown as steadfast as the ancient trees that watched over their village. One evening, as they sat beneath a canopy of stars, Rinchi took Rika's hand in his. "My dearest Rika," he began, his voice filled with emotion, "you have captured my heart as surely as the moon captures the night sky." Rika's blue eyes shimmered with unshed tears of joy as Rinchi continued, "Will you do me the honor of becoming my wife?" Without hesitation, Rika threw her arms around Rinchi, nearly knocking him over in her enthusiasm. "Yes, yes, 1,000 times yes," she exclaimed, her laughter ringing out across the peaceful village. And so, Under the watchful gaze of the cherry blossoms and the twinkling stars above, Rinchi and Rika sealed their love with a kiss, their hearts beating as one in the cool summer night.